and an Uber.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Jeff Saturday is back for the first time in ever. Our Tuesday team, we welcome J-Mac to the squad. Delighted to have you. And the weekend ended with a fascinating game last night. Take me to Soldier Field and the matchup of the sensational. Early enough, the Vikings complete that it was going to be J.J. McCarthy's night. An historic night. Here's J.J. and the coach at the mic.
What do you think he will remember most about this night?
And, I just love my guys and can't wait to go to war next week.
I told him at halftime, you are going to bring us back to win this game. And the look in his eye was fantastic.
Okay, we got a lot of time to talk about this.
Spent in Minnesota last year was more beneficial to his development than the year Caleb Williams spent in Chicago last year was to his. And just because, two different head coaches, multiple offensive coordinators, just kind of, didn't really get, his feet under him. As Kevin mentioned, the team feels the same way. So if he didn't look like he was up to it, it would have gone sour pretty quickly.
Troy Aikman started the night by saying he thinks there's more pressure on McCarthy this year than any other quarterback in the league. And so how do you think his teammates walked out of that stadium last night?
Oh, you walk in that locker room coming off that victory and you say to each other, hey, Nick, man, we got to do it.
We got our guy. We got our guy.
Third quarter to Justin Jefferson while he's getting hit in the mouth. I think they found out something about their quarterback, that he has the moxie to get us to where we want to go.
They're going to have a great week of practice. Jenkins, he takes it to the crib. The whole feeling of the organization changed on that moment. I feel like the same thing happened last night, that all those guys know. People are going to be practicing harder on Wednesday. Everybody's going to show up early on Wednesday. They're going to stay late.
Got a chance.
Everything changes when you find out you got a guy like this who can bounce back from a rough start in his first start. It's incredible.
And I think everybody, to your point, is fired up because they saw it before it happened.
Yeah.
Like they saw when he came out, they saw when he throws the interception, and then the kid just lets it rip. I mean, it's like, I ain't sweating this. We're going to keep this. And he talked about it in the huddle. You see what the players said afterwards. They looked in his eyes. He said, I'm going to bring this team back. We're going to win this. Those moments solidify a team extremely quickly, and especially for a young guy who's got that air about him. The dude's over the summer about a joint practice that I think was interesting.
So I was covering the Patriots in the preseason. So the second week, they had a joint practice down in Minnesota. Patriots go out there day one. J.J. McCarthy doesn't perform well. They do some things that he wasn't ready for. There's no game planning at that point.
That's right.
So what the Vikings coaches did, they said, you know what? We're going to treat this like a game. We're going to come in after day one. We're going to make some corrections. We're going to game plan a little bit off of what we saw on day one. J.J. McCarthy goes out there in day two, 13 for 13 in practice, has his best one of training camp. And that showed the coaches this is the closest thing to what it's going to feel like game day.
Actually develop him as a player. Hey, J.J., this is what we're going to do. If we had this in a game, here's the adjustments we would make. Let's go see what you can do. And the kid comes out and responds. That's true development at that position. And it is the most important thing in football because at the end of the day, he's the only guy crossing those lines. He's got to feel comfortable with the guys on the sideline, going to put him in the right play and trust it. That built the trust there against the Patriots. That's awesome. I love that story.
It was an interesting night in so many ways. For Caleb Williams, on the other side, the former number one, it was a Charles Dickens game, right? It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. You saw some of the really good stuff early. Second half, let me quickly show you a stat here. A16, Cindy, if you would, please. So Caleb completes his first 10 passes, and they were talking about completions. You heard that on the broadcast last night. The way I viewed it, there were moments that you say to yourself, okay, I see it, right? I mean, one on the sideline, and the ball flies. It comes out of his hand. Anyone can see it. But there were some of the, and I think we have one of the plays here so if the Vikings are feeling like we got a guy, how are the Bears feeling?
It's hard because the Bears were at that game too.
Right.
So they saw what happened, but I don't think they should be that discouraged.
No.
They don't have a guy like what they saw from J.J. McCarthy just yet, but I think that you could.
They've developed quarterbacks in the years. This is his third coach in a year and a half, whatever it is.
Let me just say this. He's played 18 games.
Right.
He has had as many head coaches as the Pittsburgh Steelers have had since 1969.
Okay, so I'm not trying to give excuses, but I'm giving reasons, right? Now he has Ben Johnson, who is going to stabilize him, teach him. And what we all do as players is revert back to our weaknesses when we panic.
Yeah.
And there was some of that, right? Because all of a sudden, Brian Flores, when they got behind, they throw the pick six. They're like, we might as well we got to create. And so now it's kind of like a snowball, right? It just kind of snowballed on him. He is still their guy. I still believe they feel the same way in their locker room that the Vikings do.
Yeah.
It's just going to take time for him to get rid of the bad habits.
Yeah, and the game didn't unfold the way it did for Minnesota. Caleb didn't play, and they didn't start on offense as rough as Minnesota did. But at the same time, you look at Caleb, and the things that you liked in the first half was there were moments where he stepped all the way up in the pocket. Yes, there was the ones where he's going on the sidelines, making all those throws. But at the same time, some of the ones that he made in the first half, the scramble around, the great plays, he did some of the same things in the second half. It just didn't have the same result. Those are the things we're watching. Caleb Williams drives him right down the field and scores a touchdown and keeps him in that game. So you still feel really good about the progress that he has made from last year to this year.
It is J.J. McCarthy's 16th month with Kevin O'Connell. It is Caleb Williams' 6th month with Ben Johnson.
There you go.
I think that says it all.
Perfect.
And maybe they're both headed in the right directions. I think we believe in Ben Johnson, and we certainly believe in Kevin O'Connell. If there was a coaching draft tomorrow,